guys. It's been a while since I've been online. It's one of those passions of mine to have interesting conversations. It's time for one-on-one with me, Titi Oyinsan. And today we have a really interesting conversation to have. We're going to be focusing on trade and investment. The third Sandton Africa Trade Development Conference and Exhibition is going to be taking place in South Africa, and hundreds of brands, many of which have never been seen here or will be on display. So this presents an incredible opportunity for South African businesses, from SMEs to entrepreneurs to big business, suppliers and technologies. It's an opportunity for them to find new partners and help build their businesses. Now, loads of news stories and loads of newsmakers, and I believe this is one of them. It's time for one-on-one. This 3-day event is going to present hundreds of new business opportunities to South Africans and Africans as a whole, from the big business to SMEs, startups, entrepreneurs. There's going to be prospects for all who want to connect and partner with international brands for distribution and doing business in South Africa. Free to enter, the event's going to be taking place at Sandton Convention Centre from the 29th of November to December 1st, 2022. And to talk to us about it today, we have someone really interesting. Humaira Israr is the Trade and Investment Attaché of Pakistan to South Africa. She's a Chevening scholar. She's a career civil servant and economic diplomacy specialist. She apparently graduated from King's College London and has served for 3 years in Economic Affairs Division and about 5 years in Trade Diplomacy Wing of the Commerce and Textile. It's a pleasure to have you with us, Humaira. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Titi. Thank you so much. I'm really
all right.
Honored.
So, you know, it's really interesting that there are events like this that happen all over the world, and they get bigger and bigger every year. Let's talk a little bit about how it started. This is 3 years ago now, am I right?
Yes, madam.
Go ahead and give us a little insight into how it all began and the impact it's had so far.
Thank you, Titi, for the nice introduction. In 2000, Pakistan launched the Look Africa policy to encourage the manufacturers, export investors to look beyond our traditional markets of business, which are North America and the European, Asian continent. The objective is to engage with buyers, also potential investment opportunities, and with, the government of Pakistan launched the policy specifically for our African brothers. We did our first event in Kenya, Nairobi. In the second in the series was held in Lagos, Nigeria last year, November 2021. Is scheduled in Johannesburg, Sandton Convention Centre for 29 November, 30 November. So yeah, this is how it started, and we are going great. We are going strong, and we are going to carry it all around Africa and to find new platforms, new.
Okay, so it seems like I lost the sound for a few seconds there, but not to worry, I'm still with you. I am so interested in hearing all about this particular 3-day event. Has it always been a 3-day event? First of all, has it always been 3 days?
The first one that we did was only a conference. It was, then the second was a 3-day event. We do it 1 day conference, and then 2 day we have open to all, free of cost exhibition. Single country.
Okay.
It has all sectors being manufactured in Pakistan, and a representation from the sector goods in that single country exhibition.
Mm, mm. So I'm also interested in thinking about the different industries that are represented. Now, when it comes to trade, different African countries are well known for different types of trade. But what is the real focus?
So, madam, our focus, Pakistan, it's a very good question. Between a single country exhibition and a product focused exhibitions. So, Africa houses product specific exhibitions in a large number, if you have. Like, I think a month back we had Med Africa in Nigeria. So, that is specific pharmaceutical goods. Like, today they opened Africa Health in which is focused event. But our event is not uh, just to promote the soft image of Pakistan at the same time, letting the people know this. We do a single country exhibition. The name of the exhibition means that whatever is being produced, and we are not bringing like all the sectors. There are around 16 sectors that will be represented in these exhibitions, which will have the Rihala Cup, the Rihala football that you will use in FIFA 2022 in Pakistan. Pakistan produces around 70 to 75% of the global manufactured paints and agriculture. Millet tractors, they are one of the best agriculture machine producers in Pakistan. Auto sector, then we have chemicals, foods, beverages, kitchenware, leather, beauty, textile. Our top denim manufacturing company, Rajba Industries, are also coming. So we have some very big names in textile, pharmaceutical, surgical, sports. They're all coming and exhibiting their products.
I'm looking at the website here. I do believe is this a website I'm looking at now? Or is this
This is not the
presentation?
website. It is the flyer. It is the flyer for the event.
Oh, the flyer. Okay, this is the
Yeah.
flyer. So I can see quite a bit about 100 plus companies from Pakistan looking for distributors. Do you believe that this event has so far over the past 2 years helped improve the publicity or improve the stake of these companies? Because it does seem like not many people know how well developed Pakistan is in terms of trade and development.
Yes, madam. So that is exactly your last part of your question is the answer to the question. That is exactly the purpose that we are doing these single country exhibition, because normally people do not know in many parts of the countries. Maybe our biggest rice destination is Kenya. Maybe in Kenya people know Pakistan only does rice. Maybe in some part of the world, people know Pakistan only does Himalayan pink salt. But net is not what we are limited to. And we have already established buyers in these regions, like in South Africa, in Nigeria, in Kenya, and in with Africa overall. And our trade is increasing, even with small countries like Kingdom of Eswatini, with Namibia, with Mozambique. But we want to take it a step further. We want to develop a more mutually beneficial relationship, and we also want their public to know that there are alternate markets that exist for the same category of products. So this event is specifically aimed to let people know that what Pakistan has to offer, and what they can benefit, how they can benefit from this opportunity.
Okay, so you mentioned earlier on that you had this event in Lagos, Nigeria, the last time. Why did you decide to take it to South Africa this time? Is there a particular criteria that you're using to select locations for this event?
Yes, madam. We use on depending our trade volume with a host country. So we begin with Kenya being our biggest trading partner in Africa. Then we took it to Nigeria, and this year we are doing in South Africa, in the Southern African region. There are two reasons. One, in the Southern African region whole, like if we take it SADC, so wherever we take it, like when we were doing it in Kenya, we invited the Eastern community Eastern African Union. There is this body, and then ECOWAS was in the West African region where the Nigeria lies, and then in Africa, South Africa, we have SACU and SADC. So we focus the whole Southern African belt in this, and our trade office is the only office in this region. Plus,
Mm.
South Africa, we have our third biggest and second and third biggest trading partners, South Africa and Mozambique in this region. So that's why we are doing it here this time. Yeah.
Okay, so the response in Nigeria, how was it exactly? Because Nigeria has the numbers, we have the population, but talk to us about the response while you were in Lagos last year.
Well, we have a very competent officer, Mr. Ali Tamkeen, who is based in Lagos. And we are very grateful to the Nigerian government for their overwhelming response, very warm welcome. We received a very great response. The footfall was amazing. People expressed great interest. A number of more than, I think, 100 plus memorandum of understandings were signed between companies, and we also took our two-wheelers and three-wheelers. We found the markets for them in Nigeria, and they got their entry in there. So the overall response from the Nigerian market has been very encouraging, provided that South Africa comparatively has a larger and has a much deeper ties with the manufacturing sector in Pakistan as compared to Nigeria. But the response from Nigeria was amazing. And also because it was in the Western Africa, so the response from Senegal in that region was also very encouraging.
For those that are just tuning in, thanks so much for joining us one-on-one with me, Titi. We have Humaira Israr here. She is a trade and investment attaché of the government of Pakistan to South Africa. Now, there's a 3-day event that's going to be presenting hundreds of new business opportunities to South Africans at the Sandton Convention Centre on the 29th of November to the 1st of December. And it's interesting because we have the opportunity to hear about events like this these days and connect with the coordinators of this event. Now we have Humaira with us here. She is a Chevening scholar. She's a career civil servant and economic diplomacy specialist, and she's served for 3 years at the Economic Affairs Division and about 5 years with the Trade Diplomacy Wing in the Ministry of Commerce and Textile. She's been talking to us a little about exactly what this event is about and what opportunities they've been able to take advantage of so far. For the SME owner, for instance, now, Humaira, for the SME owner, what exactly would an SME owner benefit from coming to anything like this?
My apologies, we're just out of light here. So
Of course,
it's
the load share in South Africa is still happening.
yeah,
Yes, I understand.
it's stage 4 and it's a little bad. Okay, so it's a nice
So
opportunity.
we're used to it over here. We are used to that over here in Nigeria. We're so used to it. Not to worry. Not to worry. Go ahead.
Okay, so it's a very nice opportunity for small, medium enterprises, also for entrepreneurs, also for big houses. There are many companies who are established buyers in Pakistan, and they are looking for joint partnership in Africa. So those who are trying to look for investors to initiate or start with the joint ventures, they must come. Small, medium enterprises, I would encourage them. They can find new partners in different sectors, from small scale, like handicraft sectors, to big scale, for big scale projects as well. Our textile industries that are coming are some big names. And also I encourage the government sector to come and visit our event, because sport industry, surgical industry in Pakistan belongs to a small city, Sialkot, and where it is a house, it's a small medium enterprises, and they are being manufactured by small units inside houses. So they are very nice, good study, case studies to learn from, and see the products that are being manufactured of those households, those small industries, medium-sized industries. So I think, yes, it is a good opportunities for small, medium industries to come and not only interact with them, but also from learn their experiences.
Mm, mm. Uh, I appreciate that a lot of SME owners are a little skeptical about working with countries they've probably never worked with before. So I know you probably have some panel sessions and speaking events happening as well. Could you give us a little insight into some of the panels during this event?
So, madam, the first day we have a conference session and we have a gala dinner at the night. That is a closed event. By closed event, I mean that is on the invitation.
Okay.
That is primarily, yeah. So the government sector will represent the investment opportunities, like from we will have a speakers from Mozambique, we will have speaker from Botswana, and we will have speaker from South Africa representing opportunities, Gauteng government, Free State, to represent opportunities on these on their potential, and also from Ministry of Commerce and Trade Development Authority of Pakistan to speak about the opportunities that they exist in Pakistan for investment and for manufacturing.
You've never had any issues with the language barriers with your events. Has that ever come up?
Madam, we have an English, though our national language is Urdu, but in schools, colleges, offices, we all use English. So,
Okay.
it being a main language for the medium, our exhibitors and people, everyone we understand it. And though we not regularly use the language for communication in Pakistan, but we can understand and communicate. So, language has not been a barrier. Yes, when it comes to, like, we are going to have Portuguese and French this time. We are going to have translator for those tools during our event, this event.
Fantastic, fantastic. So with previous is PATDC conferences, yes,
Yes,
PATDC. That's it.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So the aim has been to see trade agreements made. You know, reach mutually beneficial agreements made. Would you say that you've been able to achieve this goal over the past 2 years, or do you have a brand new goal, a brand new target for this year's event?
Our biggest target for this year, or you can say an objective, is to connect to the Southern African audiences in
Okay.
areas where we have not linked with them previously.
Okay.
And those areas are specifically our markets, like our two-wheelers, you can say, and our tractors.
Okay.
Uh, this year around, we are more focused on business sector partnership. We're also
Mm,
focused on government sector partnership. We are under discussion with the different Southern African countries, and we are working on it to materialize a few during the event.
okay.
Unfortunately, I cannot disclose that information. That
Of
is
course.
not in the public domain. But we are working on it, and we are hoping some of them you will materialize. Yes, we are planning for the more formalized trade agreements. But before engaging in such, we have already formulated some platforms with some of the countries in the region to further the trade relations with them. That, and we are giving attention
Mm,
that we have not been previously giving to the countries in this region. So the focus
mm,
in this time around is to bring the private sector and have, not only we want South Africa, not only to create awareness in the Southern African region, but also to create awareness in Pakistan about the
mm.
Southern African market. They
Okay.
are least informed about it. They do not know the potential in this region. They do not know the opportunities that this region offers. So it is a two-way awareness that we are trying to create.
Mm, mm. So we there are so many sectors that seem to be blossoming nowadays. IT, that's information technology, and engineering have been a major focus. To be honest, off the top of my head, I didn't really think of Pakistan as a place I would go to. When thinking of making any investments or any business moves, having even conversations about it. Why do you think that is, and how is Pakistan getting involved in those sectors?
Madam, I would quote New York Times when in 2013 to till 2018, our prime minister was going he was scheduled for his visit to the United States. And before his visit, the New York Times quoted Pakistan a case of poor branding. I think we have never been branded to the level that we deserve to. And I would take the blame. And this is, third PATDC, Pakistan Africa Trade Development Conference Single Country Exhibition is our efforts of branding Pakistan. We launched Emerging Pakistan specifically as a brand name to introduce what Pakistan is. And you are very right. When we tell people Pakistan is the world's fourth biggest freelance supplier or freelance market for the world, everybody is just shocked. When you look at Amazon, recently Amazon said Pakistan is hungry because after China and United States, we were the third biggest provider on Amazon, and they use the term Pakistan is hungry. So when you look at the on IT platform, in IT services, in engineering sector, it is hardly that it gets, and I think it is simply a case of poor branding or insufficient branding, and this is what we are trying to achieve through this event.
All right then. I'm so glad you were able to share that with us, and hopefully things will get better. I foresee a really great event coming your way because I just took a look at that flyer and I understood that there was just so much involved, and everyone is looking for new opportunities in investment is because of the war in Ukraine, obviously creating a major barrier and blockade for a lot of trade and investment routes that people were used to. But just to wrap it up, the members of the SADC, or is it the SACU, who are member countries so far, and
So
how does that impact the trade and investment?
So SACU is the Southern African Custom Union, the oldest custom union in the world, the one that we had before the European Custom Union. And it has members South Africa, Kingdom of Eswatini, Botswana, Lesotho, and Namibia. There are 6 members to it. And the SADC, Southern African Development Community, is a regional economic community, and it comprises of 16 members. Angola, Botswana, Comoros, Democratic Republic of Congo, Eswatini, Lesotho, Madagascar, Malawi, Mauritius, Mozambique, Namibia, Seychelles, South Africa, Tanzania,
That's
Zambia.
SACU. That's SACU.
So the SACU is small. It's 6 countries, and
Okay.
SADC is 16 countries.
Okay, fantastic. And they're both involved. Both unions are involved in this.
Yes, it involved in the sense that we have invited the secretariat. We have extended invitation to their respective secretariat. So the secretariat for, you can say like the headquarter for SACU is in Namibia, Windhoek, and the secretariat for SADC is in Gaborone, Botswana. We have extended the invitation to their executive directors. And we have also invited both the public and the government sector from all these countries to come and be part of our event.
All right, then. Now, what I can do now is wish you good luck on the upcoming events. For those that are just tuning in, you are watching One-on-One with Titi Oyinsan, and we have with us Humaira Israr. Now, she is the Trade and Investment Attaché of the Government of Pakistan to South Africa. And the upcoming 3rd Pakistan-Africa Trade Development Conference is one that, if you are into business in any capacity, you should at least take a look at visiting. If you are around Sandton in South Africa from the 29th? Is it the
29th
November
conference. Yes, 30th November and 1st December is the exhibition, free of cost, open to all.
Okay, fantastic. Try and find your way over there and see how you might be able to, at least in the very least, do some good networking for yourself and your organization. I have to say thank you so much for sharing with us today, Israr.
Thank you. You are very great. You're just great in what you do, and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. No, thank you for sharing it with us. And I actually am very interested in finding out more about opportunities that exist in Pakistan. Let me let you go. I know you're extremely busy, but I'll be wrapping up the show after this. All right, then. It's interesting what you can find out if you just make the right moves to have the right conversations. And right here on One, we try and have conversations that could positively impact you, your organizations, and of course, your bottom line. Now, focusing on the SACU and the SADC member countries, the third Pakistan Africa Trade Development Conference and Exhibition is going to be taking place, where it presents an incredible opportunity for South African businesses, well, African businesses generally, from SMEs to entrepreneurs to huge businesses, to find new partners, suppliers, and of course, technologies that will help build their businesses. Hopefully, we were able to give you a little more insight into what this is all about. And who better to speak with than Israr? Humaira Israr was with us earlier on. And if you have questions, you can always put your comments and questions in the comment section. And I know she will be watching out. You will be able to ask, or rather answer, your questions as soon as you ask them. Yes, this is a direct connect right here in the comment section of this particular event that you're watching right now or listening to right now, and you'll be able to ask and answer, get some answers to some of your questions. All right then, until next time, my name once again is Titi Oyinsan. Thanks for watching.